RVBN, the Rich Video Blog Network, home to top 10 list of everything and anything, weekly NFL predictions, great personality profiles, and a whole lot more. You've been watching the RVBN Video Network, Billerica, Massachusetts. Good evening, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. This is Rich again, back for your third and final video blog of the night for Monday, October 24th, 2016, around 8:11 in the evening in Billerica, Massachusetts. It's dark out now. Going to go down in the 40s. Tomorrow's going to be about 53, 54 degrees. Then a freeze warning for inside of 128 tomorrow night. It won't affect Boston City, the city of Boston, but the growing season's over for most people in eastern Massachusetts. Some news to report on the RVBN Newswire. There's been several rumors going around that the Calgary Flames have been shopping defenseman Dougie Hamilton around. The Flames have denied the report. There was a report that the New York Rangers inquired about Dougie Hamilton, but the Flames hung up the phone. That's probably because of the slow start with the Flames this year. And another news personality leaving WHCH Channel 7. Danielle Gersh is leaving after a year. She was a traffic reporter and the weather lady, and Danielle's going back to California. This is not good at all, because I thought Danielle would eventually become the weekday meteorologist for Channel 7, but that's not going to happen. But Danielle has nice legs, one of the best in Boston. It's a big loss. And that's about it on the news from the RVBN Newswire. Be back in a flash. Get out! You're so sweet. Last week, no bus, 'cause there's cute. The more, the merrier. I know. Want to put a wager on that? Richie, pay up. That's a possibility. Go find something to do. Some great quotes only on RVBN. I'm back. My third and final video blog subject of the night is about the top 10 greatest moments in WWE history. This is actually the 30 greatest moments, but this is the final one of the greatest moments in WWF/WWF history, the Federation years, from 1963 through the fall of 1992. And here are the top 10. Number 10 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF/WWF history. The Spider Lady beating Wendy Richter for the WWF Women's title at Madison Square Garden in November of 1985. This was the first screw job that the WWF did. Wendy Richter wanted to be paid as much as Hulk Hogan, but Vince McMahon refused to, so she dropped the belt. Unannounced, the Spider Lady was Fabulous Moolah, and Fabulous Moolah got the belt back that night, and Wendy Richter never talked to the WWF again for over 25 years, and she was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2010. Number 9 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF/WWF history is the Mega Powers exploding in 1989. Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage formed a super tag team called the Mega Powers at Saturday's Night's Main Event. In fall of 1987, there were around for about 14 months. Macho Man eventually became WWF champion, and Hogan was, stealing Miss Elizabeth from Macho Man. And a tag team match they had with the Mega Powers against Twin Towers. Randy Savage took a bump and hit Miss Elizabeth, and Hogan had to carry Miss Elizabeth to the first aid center, and that got Randy Savage pissed. And when Hogan came back, he got slapped in the face by Macho Man Randy Savage, and that led to a long-running feud in 1989. Number 8 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF/WWF history, the Federation years, when Larry Zbyszko turned against Bruno Sammartino in a classic scientific match on WWF Championship Wrestling in 1980. For weeks, Larry Zbyszko challenged his mentor, his trainer Bruno Sammartino, to a match, but Bruno refused to. But they were getting so many letters in the mail that Bruno Sammartino accepted Larry Zbyszko's challenge. It would just be a great scientific match. And the next week on television it was, until Bruno Sammartino held the ropes for Larry Zbyszko to come on in, and then Zbyszko just pounds on him, hits him with a chair, and Bruno's bleeding profusely, and this started the feud of 1980. If it was going to be voted for PWA Feud of the Year, it would have been in 1980 if the award was around that back then. Number 7 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF/WWF history, the Federation years, is Hulk Hogan facing off against the Ultimate Warrior at WrestleMania 6 at Skydome, now Rogers Center in Toronto. It was title for title, the Warrior's IC title against Hogan's WWF World title, and this was over a 20-minute match, face versus face. The Warrior kicked out of Hogan's leg drop. The Warrior pins Hogan 1, 2, 3. This was supposed to be a passing of the torch from Hulk Hogan to the Ultimate Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior was going to lead the WWF into the 1990s, but you know how that worked out. Number 6 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF/WWF history, Ric Flair winning the WWF title at the Royal Rumble 1992 after he drew number 3. Ric Flair went over 60 minutes in the Royal Rumble, beating 29 other wrestlers to become the new WWF champion. Usually back then, main events for WWF wrestlers only would last as much as 15-20 minutes, but Ric Flair went through all the superstars in the WWF at that time, and he won his 8th world title. And Bobby the Brain Heenan's commentary on that Royal Rumble was superb. Woo! Number 5 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF/WWF history, the Federation years, was Randy Macho Man Savage facing off against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat at WrestleMania 3 to culminate the long-running feud, which started when Savage attacked Steamboat with the timekeeper's bell, and Steamboat accidentally swallowing his tongue like this, and had to go through corny acting lessons with speech and really learning how to talk. That was very funny. Check that out on YouTube. And Savage vs. Steamboat match was at WrestleMania 3 a classic, well over 20 minutes. It stole the show at WrestleMania 3. It was the best WrestleMania match of all time up to that point, but it was surpassed in 1994 by the ladder match between Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels. Number 4 on this list of the greatest moments in the Federation years of the WWF/WWF, Hulk Hogan slamming Andre the Giant at WrestleMania 3. Hulk Hogan beat Andre the Giant. This was the first pinfall loss that Andre suffered in the WWF. He was pinfall lost in other wrestling territories, but the WWF did not acknowledge that. I probably might have to do a video blog eventually on why the WWE never acknowledged Wrestler's Patch, my opinion on that, on a future video blog. And over 93,000 people saw this match in person, but that was greatly exaggerated. It was more like 78,000 or so. And this was one of the best moments in WWF/WWF history, the Federation years. Number 3 on this list of the greatest moments in WWF/WWF history was WrestleMania 1. WrestleMania 1 took place on March 31st, 1985. It was the greatest sports entertainment extravaganza held at Madison Square Garden and closed-circuit TV before pay-per-views. Vince McMahon was putting everything on the line, his whole fortune, to see if WrestleMania 1 would be successful. If it was, the WWF was off and running. If not, Vince McMahon probably would not be in business today. And WrestleMania 1 was a box office hit, and it just catapulted the WWF to being the greatest professional wrestling organization in the world. Number 2 on this list of the top 10 moments in WWF/WWF history in the Federation years was Rowdy Piper smashing Jimmy Superfly Snuka with a coconut on Piper's Pit in the summer of 1984. This was an awesome thing. It made Piper a major heel, and got Superfly so mad. They had a long-running feud, but it did not have a proper blow-off because Snuka had a lot of demons. It would have had a blow-off if Snuka was, in a good state of mind. And number 1 on this list of the top 30 moments in the Federation years of the WWF/WWF from 1963 to late 1992, Hulk Hogan winning the WWF Championship at Madison Square Garden on January 23rd, 1984, beating the Iron Sheik 1, 2, 3. Hulkamania arrived that day, and the WWF arrived that day as they started to become the number 1 wrestling organization in the United States, and eventually all the other regional territories died off because Vince McMahon raided them. And that's about it on that. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Google+. Tomorrow, 3 more video blogs coming for you. First video blog will be about the former Monitor channel, which lasted about 11 months in 1991 and 1992. The Monitor channel, owned by the Christian Science Monitor, tell you about that. Second video blog of the day will be about 3rd Avenue Plaza in Burlington, Massachusetts. And the third and final video blog of the night will be about the top 20 greatest moments of the WWE, the New Generation era, from the fall of 1992 through the end of 1996, from number 20 to number 11. Later on in the week will be the top 40 moments of the Attitude Era. The personality profiles going on a week's vacation, but it will be back on November 1st, with the first one will be about retired Red Sox designated hitter Big Papi David Ortiz. Keep calm, everybody, and I'm a Julie Wedding guy. Molly Osblood of WCCOX and has nice legs. Elizabeth Hutt, so stunning, she's the best. Amy Sweezy's awesome Amy. Linda Church of WPIX Channel 11 New York, such a rocking cougar. Barbara Gibbs of ABC 11 has the best sweet southern accent in the world. And in the words of Dr. Thomas Sharkey, this action will not be tolerated at BMHS. And if I did that at BMHS, I probably would get several office detentions. Good night, everybody.